Temporary miscellaneous takeoff. At any point in the takeoff process, in entering quantities of items that go into the job, you may come across an item that isn't in the program that you need to add. By adding a temporary item, we call it temporary because it will only exist in this job. The red T at the top of the screen, right now we're in the pipe and fittings takeoff, would bring us into temporary takeoff. This button is in several locations. If I go to fixtures, it's in the same place, or it's also always on the left side of the screen. So we're going to add a couple of temporary items for our little practice job here. We're going to add a first temporary item here. On this first example, we're just going to make up a dummy item, a make-believe item. We're going to call it a widget. When you add an item, a temporary item, you don't have to do anything else on this screen besides the description. If we leave the price as open on the target price, it will prompt us later to put the price in. It flags the item. Same thing with labor. If we're not sure what this item is or what we're going to do for the price and labor on the item, we can leave everything checked as open, and the program will prompt us later, and we'll be able to put a price or a labor unit in at that point. When we press OK, it'll ask us for the quantity. We're going to put in 5 widgets. And then you'll see this item on the audit trail. You can see that the price and labor are both open. Another option with the temporary item is to add an item from Epic. When I hit Add here, again, I can hit OK to add an item. And instead of putting in my own description, I can import an item from Epic. The Import button here at the bottom means Import from Epic. Epic is Vision's electronic price book for plumbing contractors. It has about 1 million items in it, so it has most of the major manufacturers and parts that are sold in the plumbing industry. If we want to look up a Delta faucet, for example, we can go up to the top and click on M to look up by manufacturer, D for Delta, and then we'll go down to Delta Faucet Company. Now that selection gives us over 14,000 items here. We certainly don't want to scroll through this entire list. We can narrow it down by putting in the catalog number or even part of the catalog number. Over here at the left side of the screen, you'll see Look Up by Catalog Number. We'll type in 520. And you can see it narrows it down to all of the Delta faucets that start with 520. We're going to do the one down here for a 520 WF. You'll see the description of the item and the 2 prices, the trade price and the target price. The list price of $117 is what's published by Delta. The $80 price is closer to what a contractor would pay for it. The third button from the top right is the Export button. It will export whichever item I have highlighted down here back into the job as a temporary item. And you can see it fills in the information for us. There's the description, the list price, and the target price. Now we can use either price in our bid. Most of the time we're going to use the target price. We'll discuss this a little more in one of the other help videos. When we import an item from Epic, it does not put labor units in. Epic is just a price book. Now again, we can leave this open and assign the labor later. By leaving it checked as open, it flags the item. It'll prompt us when we run the reports. So we can just hit OK. The quantity, we'll leave it at 1, and hit OK again. So temporary items can be things that you make up, a widget, or they can be very specific things that you import from Epic if you have a model or a catalog number to select from.